Hi everyone. Have you ever cried over something you couldn't explain? The sudden passing of someone you love, the empty pocket no one sees because you don't look like a broke person. What about a friendship that just faded away over time because you drifted apart? A goodbye that came without ceremony. A breakdown in your romantic relationship or marriage without an explanation. Or a missed promotion at work, where you believed you have worked so hard throughout the year, you deserved to be promoted, but you missed it. As someone who's had her own fair share of losses, such as recurrent miscarriages, and have triumphed over it, I'll be sharing with you today 5 strategies I have used and can help you overcome your invisible losses and silent battles that you may be dealing with. Not the kind of battles that can be easily seen, but that kind of silent battle that is hidden, the losses no one names, invisible but deeply felt. On today's POLA Nuggets, we're shining light on what the world hardly sees, because together, you and I, we will begin to heal. I'm your host, Gorgeous POLA, and for the next few minutes, we're going to walk this journey together. So don't go anywhere, because I'll be right back with more details. What are invisible losses and silent battles, you may ask? Invisible losses and silent battles, they're the kind of pains that we carry that hardly shows. They're the losses people often say are not that bad. You know those kind of pains that people tell you to get over quickly? They cut deep, you feel it, but someone outside can't feel it because they don't see it. I'll give you 3 quick examples of invisible battles that I have fought and won with the strategies I'm going to share with you today. First of all, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when I became pregnant of our son, due to my previous experience of recurrent miscarriages, I became very paranoid. I was paranoid of the safety of my body. I was paranoid of the safety of my baby. That every time I walk about, I am so worried and so scared because I was worried of the unknown. And due to the hospital restrictions because of COVID-19 pandemic, all my scans and all my antenatal appointments were all alone. I couldn't go with my husband. So that silent battle was a big one that I had to deal with until I carried full term. The second silent battle that I fought and won was when I had just started my career. So for the first 1 year, I applied for approximately 100 jobs daily. I had to get into that routine because every application I make was being rejected regularly. Each rejection email from a recruiter or hiring manager was like grieving a moment. It was such a horrific experience. I felt like all my efforts and preparations had gone down the drain. I almost gave up. It was hard to let go. When I get rejection emails like this, I would cry for days and sulk until I get myself together and try again. Eventually, it took me 11 job interviews before I was able to land my first dream job in the industry that I am today. That was a silent battle that no one knew I was going through because it was invisible. The third example of when I fought an invisible battle was when I lost my mom 3 months after my wedding. She passed suddenly. The ache of her unimaginable absence was something I had to deal with for a very long time. You know that motherly advice that comes during the early days of marriage, and the comfort of knowing that your mom is there, you can pick up your phone anytime, give her a call, let her know what you're experiencing, get advice from her. They were all things I never experienced with my mom. This silent grief, this invisible battle was something a lot of people didn't know about, but it did shape me. It shaped the way I moved forward with my life. It taught me how to get strength from the pain I was going through, and I honored her legacy by building a life I know she would have been proud of if she were here with me today. I want you to know that invisible losses are part of the human experience. But because we can't see them, we often dismiss them both in others and in ourselves. But why? Why do we dismiss it? Why do we hide these invisible losses? Why do we pretend that we're fine when in the real term, sometimes we're not? From childhood, we are being taught that only certain kind of pains count. We can't talk about some, we have to bear some, and the world expects us to just move on because it's a pain that people don't see. So the world expects us to mourn when someone we love passes, but not when we outgrow a friendship or when a cherished opportunity slips away. We're not allowed to talk about it or cry about it because we're expected to get on with life. Sometimes, the reason why we hide our invisible losses or silent battles is because we fear being a burden to others, or that our pain will sound like we're complaining, or that we may be mocked when we express how we truly feel or what we're going through. People may see us as an object of ridicule. Generally, people tend to hide their pain with habits like withdrawing from the social space, eating too much more than usual, or faking laughter at the surface level. One main way I covered my pain during those years that I was going through multiple miscarriages was withdrawal. I withdrew from all social media spaces. I deleted my Facebook account several times because it got to a point where I was scared. I was scared of being asked, "Hey, what happened to the pregnancy I saw you with the other day?" You know, questions like that were coming, and I was tired of explaining. So I just thought the best thing to do was to withdraw. All over the world, we are taught early on what kinds of pain that is allowed to talk about or to show, and what kind of pain we should just deal with and be silenced about it. But the truth is, all feelings are valid. Let's talk about those daily struggles you may be facing right now. Perhaps you're a young adult who's navigating a new school, in a new city, or in a new country. You're trying to fit in while missing the friends you've left behind. Maybe you're a parent. You're currently smiling to your child or your children, but secretly mourning a relationship that has changed with their father. Perhaps you're an elder who's currently grieving the loss of independence that comes with age because you now have to depend on others for support in every way. Maybe you're someone who's currently mourning the breakdown of your marriage as you go through the journey of divorce or separation. Or perhaps you have a cheating partner who's just been caught coldly in a kiss cam that has gone viral. For some people, the silent battle is with a lingering effect of trauma. For others, it's the weight of expectations. Expectations from family, friends, culture, or the society that we live in, pushing you to be someone that you're not. These are the battles we fight behind closed doors, often with no one else aware. Here's the thing, you do not need a visible wound for your pain to be real. The question is, so what do we do with these silent battles? Here are 5 strategies that I have personally used to overcome invisible losses and silent battles. Number 1, name it. Writing down and speaking aloud what that invisible loss or silent battle is can be the first step towards your healing process. Some notes I wrote down when I went through my journey to motherhood included things like, I feel upset walking this path of pregnancy loss again. I feel upset visiting the hospital because it brought back bad memories that I really wanted to let go. Oh, I feel upset watching medical drama where babies are shown or babies are born every minute because it made me feel like I was less of a woman due to the history I had. Your silent battle may be different, but the key strategy here is name it. because naming your silent battles helps you to acknowledge the struggle, and that's the first step to seeking solution. 2. Share it. Find someone you trust, a trusted friend, not someone that will record your conversations or broadcast your issues to the world with a negative intention, because that's what a lot of people do nowadays. It's so hard to trust people. Speak to a professional, speak to family members. Having a support network that will not judge you is a big relief. I've been there and I am telling you from experience. Over time, when you have the courage to share your story on any platform in any way, just like I've been doing, don't hold back. It's all part of the healing process. Sometimes just being heard by the right people is all we need. Number 3, do things that make you happy without hurting someone else. Watch comedy, go shopping, learn to cook new dishes, dance. Just do something that is capable of taking your mind off the silent battle that you're dealing with and heal on your journey. In my case, cooking was very therapeutic. I learned how to make new dishes, both local and intercontinental dishes. And each time I wear my apron, the joy of chopping those vegetables and mixing my ingredients made me so happy. Yay! Number 4, be gentle with yourself. Healing isn't linear, like I always say. Some days will hurt more than the other days. You have good days and bad days. But learning to prioritize myself over time has been a great way of applying self-care. Ensure your mental well-being is top-notch. When you allow yourself to rest and you're kind to yourself, your healing will be sure. Finally, support others. If you notice your friend has been unusually withdrawn or has been acting in an unusual manner, reach out to them. Pain isn't always on the surface. So rather than getting angry or getting mad at someone who stopped calling or texting you back, why don't you reach out to them genuinely? Offer a listening ear and a gentle presence, because all it takes to support others is a listening ear. Imagine a world where silent battles and invisible losses are both acknowledged, where we are encouraged to speak about what really hurts, and where we are met with compassion instead of impatience and judgment. Let's start building that world. It's a beautiful one conversation at a time. If today's episode has stirred something within you, perhaps a memory or a sad event or even a sense of relief, I want you to know that you're not alone. Every person everywhere in the world carries invisible losses and fights silent battles. But by honoring our own and making space for others, we will be able to transform hidden grief into a source of strength and connection. As we close, I'll invite you to reflect. What invisible loss are you carrying right now? Is there someone you could reach out to? The feelings you hide matters. Whether it's tucked away into briefcases or it's tucked away in laughter or even prayers. Today, we have made room for the invisible, and in doing so, we let healing begin. In our next episode, We Rise, we will be talking about reclaiming joy, how to feel good again. We will be exploring what happens when the giggle returns and you're not sure if you're allowed to feel it. I am Gorgeous POLA, and this is POLA Snuggets. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. If you like this content, then subscribe to Gorgeous POLA TV, where we bring valuable real-life stories that does not just nurture your mind, but also protect your heart. If today's episode has resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, please share it with someone you love. Leave me a comment and let's keep this conversation going across continents, across generations, and across every silent battle that we face. Till I come your way next time, take care and remember, you deserve to be happy. Bye. It's Gorgeous.